Today I'll be reviewing the 2002 horror film 28 Days Later, right here on Movies in a Nutshell. Hello everyone and welcome to Movies in a Nutshell, where we talk about movies in a quick way so you can get on with your day. I'm your amazing, spectacular host, Detective Artemis, and before we go on, you hit that thumbs up button, because I know it, you know it, the goddamn crack of Cillian Murphy's ass knows it. You really want to like this. Please, today our movie will be 28 Days Later. In this video, we will be talking about spoilers, so if you haven't seen 28 Days Later yet, it's from 2002, man. Come on, seriously. Hit that watch button on this video, go ahead and watch the movie, and then come back in and join the discussion. Go. Or if you don't care about spoilers, sit back and let's talk. Directed by Danny Boyle, who's gave us movies like The Beach and Trainspotting, comes a fresh new take on the horror zombie genre by making them run fast like fucking hell. While technically this isn't the first zombie movie to have zombies run, to me that goes to Return of the Living Dead. 28 Days Later though certainly made it mainstream. You would actually give us a better insight of this movie's significance? Our good friend Ro. Ro, you have full clearance to geek out. The floor is yours, man.
Thanks, Art. Let me tell you guys about my opinion of Danny Boyle and why I love 28 Days Later. It's not just because I think this is a great film, which it is. It's an important film. Not just a horror, not just a zombie, the whole zombie genre. And I know there's some George Romero purists out there who want to talk shit. Oh, there's running zombies. This is not part of the conversation. Fuck you. Now, let's rewind. The year is 2002. This movie is relevant not just for horror, not just for zombies. Let's forget about the fact, is this an outbreak film? Is this a zombie film? Is this a blah, blah, blah? Doesn't matter. It's an important film for independent filmmakers in general. He made independent filmmaking relevant on alternative medias. No one has ever done that before this point. Yes, we had seen a micro-budget movement from self-financed filmmakers like Kevin Smith and The Blair Witch Project, Clerks. We had seen micro-budget, self-financed films before this point in time, but this was a conscious decision to pull back and say, you know what? We're gonna do a little smaller scale. We're gonna have a realistic feel to this film. We're gonna use two Canon XL1s, and we're gonna shoot a gritty horror movie. At this point in Danny Boyle's career, he had been critically acclaimed for his work with Trainspotting, one of my favorite movies. He had just done The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio, $100 million budget, and then he jumps in to this film, a moderate $5 million budget, and he chose to shoot on a digital medium. This was not an option for filmmakers back then. That was what made this film revolutionary and important. He paved the way for independent filmmakers moving forward to have options. This is a relevant movie for the progression of independent film. I'm not talking about just horror. I'm not talking about zombie films. I'm talking about independent film in general. He moved the ball forward. This movie is important. It's relevant. Besides the fact that it's a great flick, Danny Boyle changed the game with this film. Kudos to you, brother. I appreciate you letting me come on here, Art, and I appreciate you letting me take your beer, because you're a slow fucking drinker. So put down that Fangoria magazine and listen to what I got to say, motherfucker, because I'm coming back with more.
Wow, that was awesome. Thanks again, Ro, and we'll see you next time with your very awesome upcoming 28 Weeks Later review. Mark down your calendars, guys. Notification bell, please. Our story here is about a guy named Jim, played by Cillian Murphy, who wakes up in the hospital unaware of the national emergency. Just like in The Walking Dead, although this movie does predate the comic books. But really, a lot of the inspiration for this movie came from movies like Day of the Triffids, The Omega Man, and Dawn of the Dead. I see those references in there. You can't hide from me. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. Jim eventually meets two other survivors named Mark and Selena, but then Mark is killed by Selena after he's infected by a rage cannibal. And just like in my quarantine review, which I assume you guys already saw, if not, right above, their zombies came from a batch of super rabies and they turned them into rage cannibals. So they're running fast and biting the shit out of people. So a lot of inspiration for quarantine came from this movie as well. Also though, in quarantine, the virus came from like this dude in the apartment kind of screwing around, stole it from somewhere. But here, it's from monkeys. Yep, I told you in the Outbreak review, it's always a goddamn monkey. In the very beginning of the movie, we do see those monkeys in a lab being tested, but these animal activists come and release the monkeys, unknowing that they're actually infected with the rage. Thanks a lot, PETA. Jim and Selena eventually come across two other survivors named Frank and his daughter Hannah, who I swear is the goddamn worst actress in this entire movie. Where's Dad? Then they hear a radio signal that has directions to a safe haven, and then they eventually get there, but it's abandoned. just like all hope. Frank, who was the calm one in this movie, lost his shit when he found out that there was nothing there. They wasted all their time and almost got killed. He sees a crow barking the shit out of him while the crow's eating infected, so he walks over there to the crow, yells at him like an old man, and a drop of blood just hits him in the eye, and he turns into an infected within seconds. Goddamn, this virus does not play around at all. It was one of the more shocking moments in the movie, and it pretty much showed that Frank let his temper cost him his life. It got the best of him. So Jim was about to kill him until the army actually shows up and they blast his ass, turn him into Swiss cheese. And what does his daughter Hannah do? What does she react? What does she say? She's like, I swear to God. He's like, Dad? This dumb bitch right here. You know what? Let's play a clip. Hey you, editor, intern, play a clip. Goddamn, she is the worst. Why couldn't it have been her? The army guys in their setup seems pretty good until the Major, played by the 9th Doctor Who Cares, tells Jim that he promised his team women, and from here the movie takes a darker turn. He promises them women for hope for a better future and not have them kill themselves, because as a Major, you gotta make sure your team makes it through. I guess. Let's bang these whores. It's no longer about surviving the zombies, but now surviving from other people and the zombies. Because man, humanity, we are just the goddamn worst. Jim was supposed to be executed by them, but then he escaped and went back to the mansion and freed their zombie pet, who helped him cause a lot of terror and killed all the army dudes. In fact, Jim has the coolest kill where he goes to that dude and just gouges the shit out of his eyes. You hear his scream go high and just goes like a higher pitch, kind of like in Day of the Dead. You know that part, rip that dude from half. Ugh. Good stuff. They escape and find shelter somewhere far away, I assume. And then they get the attention of a military plane with the help sign on the ground. Let's hope this military goes better than the last time. And roll credits. There were a ton of great shots of London looking very deserted. The sense of being alone was beautifully established with these shots. My favorite scene is where Jim goes to the church after he wakes up from the hospital and he sees all these dead bodies there and he's like, hello, hello. And then like, one of the bodies just like looks at him, and then it's a very, very creepy moment to this day. And then fucking like the zombie fucking priest comes at him. It's good stuff. One of the best moments in any horror movie, I think. The track star zombies are pretty cool and add a whole new sense of terror, but I'm more of a fan of the traditional dumb, slow zombies because if they kill you, then you're probably an idiot. I'm pretty sure the theme of this movie is hope, because when they found Frank, they found hope. When Jim found the other survivors, Mark and Suna, he had hope. When they found the radio signal for the safe haven, more hope came back. Before Jim went all super survival, he saw the plane fly in the air, which fueled the hope for him to come back and kill all those army douchebags. And give him even more hope to make the ground signals and have the plane pick them up, because they never gave up. They kept the faith, kept the hope alive. Now it's time to rate the movie, so let's bring out the ratings bar. We have awesome must watch, damn fine movie, good dumb fun, watching your board, and avoid at all costs. To me, this movie had beautiful shots and a gritty tone. The acting was great except for that one dumb bitch. I love the soundtrack for this movie, and the pacing made the 2-hour runtime fly by, and that's a good thing. The zombies themselves were beautifully established as major threats and helped the tension for the movie shoot through the roof. This movie has aged pretty well and is one of my top favorite horror movies of all time. So I hereby declare 28 Days Later an awesome must watch. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we had one of those. So what do you guys rate the movie? Vote in the poll above. Where's the poll, you ask? Tap screen, hit the I button, and cast your vote. Simple. Also, what kind of zombies do you guys prefer? The track stars or the slow ones? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this amazing channel. I am Detective Artemis, and where's Dad?